15 reasons why your company may be stuck and not growing. So number one, lack of focus. Come on, ADD, ADHD entrepreneurs. Are you guys with me right now? Focus. I know your phone's buzzing and your notifications are going off, but not only do we not focus on the task at hand, we don't focus on the needle moving activities. We don't focus on the hero revenue generating product that we have that is proven. We don't focus on the one business. I mean, guys, I'm like 9 times out of 10, you have this problem and I have this problem just as much as anybody does. And as the game levels up, you have to say no to more and more and more and more and more sexy things that walk by. Number two, you could be over leveraged, stressed, and burnt out. What happens in this situation is you're constantly messaging everyone. Hey, is this getting done? Hey, is this getting done? Hey, did we move that forward yet? Hey, you're checking in. Give people deadlines. Let them do their work. Let them do their best. Stressed. If you're stressed right now or you're burnt out, then you're not doing the activities that you first started doing that excited you, right? And so what you need to do is figure out how to put yourself in a position to do the activities that you love to do. Third reason that you could be stuck and not growing. Sidelined faith and family connections. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick and tired of thought leadership around this right here. That work 16 hours a day, work nights, work weekends, don't do anything but work. And I'm just like, bro, like what's the friggin' point? And so faith and family connections being sidelined at the altar of your company in the short term will provide financial results, or have you sidelined and sacrificed it all at the altar of your success? Number 4 is uneducated decision making. And this is one of the things that when I work with clients and do strategy days, all the time they're making decisions about what they think their customers want or what they think will work best, surveying and collecting data and understanding and asking their customers, asking the people that they're serving and selling to what they're looking for. The 5th reason that your company may be stuck is neglected follow-up. I cannot tell you guys how many times I go into an organization and work with one of my clients and they are not doing follow-up. I mean, it's such a simple concept. When I first started in business, I started a network marketing company. I literally called every single person that I ever met and every phone number that was in my phone, and I followed up with them constantly. If I didn't make 100 phone calls in a day, it was a trash day. It was a waste. That was my goal. It was 100 phone calls. I wanted to scroll back. I remember it was like 10 per screen. Like I'd scroll and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And so follow up. Are your salespeople following up? Are you following up? Have you created automated systems to follow up? Do you have email follow up? Do you have SMS follow up? It's an amazing way to get in front of someone. And so are you neglecting your follow up, and where can you be stronger? Because that's where the fortune is. You've heard it before. Number 6, inexperienced team members. At Lady Boss, I had to rebuild the leadership team twice because the first time I did it, I brought in people that I thought I could train and mentor. They were great people, just didn't have the experience. And so if you're gonna go run a marathon, wouldn't you wanna grab a guy to train you to go run that marathon who's already ran one? Like if you're gonna go do something you haven't done before, if you can grab someone who has done it before, imagine how much easier the path is gonna be. And that's when it starts to get really fun. The 7th reason you may be stuck: no planning process. I did a strategy day with an amazing company, but they have no planning process, right? Jeff Bezos, I remember watching an interview with him. The reporter was like, wow, Jeff, what an incredible quarter that you just had. Like, can you tell us about it? He's like, honestly, I planned that quarter 3 years ago, and I got something really exciting coming your way in 3 years from now. And so I'm not telling you need to plan 3 years in advance, but what I'm saying is you need a process for planning. You need an operating system. Everybody on the team needs to be very clear, and this is something that I help install a CEO operating system in businesses so that they have a very clear planning process. They know where they're going, and so they're not wasting their efforts and they're not reacting to the day-to-day. Number 8, lack of clarity and communication cadence. You guys remember the game telephone, right? You'd whisper something in someone's ear and then you sit in a circle and they would pass it around, and Jimmy would say it to Billy and Billy would say it to Timmy, and then by the time it came back around, the sentence was completely out of whack and not the original thing that was said. Then people are playing the game of telephone inside your company. Time is being wasted, and so when you create a communication cadence and people can rely on a consistent communication cadence from you, they have clarity. They know what they're supposed to be doing. They know where to check in. They know if they're winning or not. And so this is critical in growing a company. Number 9, lack of KPIs and business intelligence. Okay, what's KPI? Key performance indicator. Do people know what winning looks like? And how do we know if we're winning? Well, we have a scoreboard. And so how is the coach supposed to call plays for the football team? And how is the player supposed to know if they're winning if they can't see the scoreboard? If the running back doesn't know how many yards that he's ran? And so when we don't have KPIs and employees are not given saying, hey, Billy, you are responsible for X metric, your business could be stuck because you have an over-reliance on one acquisition method or channel. So with Lady Boss, we were firing on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all kinds of different networks, right? We had email lists, we had SMS. And so how can you reduce your reliance on one acquisition method or channel? Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't double down on what's working, because you should do that. But at the same time, you need to make sure you don't have a single point of failure, right? If you have one place that's bringing you all your business and that gets chopped off, your ad account gets shut down. They can't take your email list. They can't take your text list. They can't take your organic search results. They can't take the property that's yours. And that's what they're doing right now to all of these companies that are on Amazon. And so if you're over reliant, this could be a reason that you haven't grown. Number 11, you could have above market spending. You'd be blown away how many companies that I've looked under the hood and they are getting absolutely raked because you know what they didn't do? They never shopped. And they didn't even know what their customer acquisition cost was, and they were getting paid on a CPA basis. You see deal structures where it may have worked in the beginning, but you need to go back and renegotiate your largest costs because you may be at above market spending. Number 12, you could be stuck because of your tech stack. I promise you right now, replatforming your tech stack only gets more painful as your business grows. And so making sure that you have the right tools to scale, make sure it can support you for 2+ years, because it's expensive to move things. It's expensive to re-implement process. Number 13, lack of cash flow and forecasting, right? If we don't have cash to buy inventory, we can't sell. And so what's great about growth is you create problems, but also what can happen if you don't forecast demand and you don't manage your cash flow, you may find yourself in a situation where you don't have anything to sell, right? And this doesn't need to be complicated. It's just like put cash and put demand on a timeline and ask, how can I be prepared when it grows? Because I'm spending all my energy on the right activity to create customer growth, on sales, on marketing, on new acquisition channels, on networking, like I'm creating opportunity, but am I ready to capitalize on that opportunity when it comes? Number 14, you are on the operational hamster wheel. Nobody is more guilty of this than me. I love how things work, systems, right? I love creating that. But what can happen, company sees growth, starts to have sales, you double down, you overpromise, fulfillment starts to struggle, and then now customers are impacted. And then so you dip back down and you go, oh wait, we gotta create systems. We gotta get operational. We gotta have processes. We gotta have an operating system. And I work with clients and I teach them my CEO operating system. It's incredible. But what happens is we implement, things start to get better, we alleviate pressure on fulfillment, we have cash, customers are now happy, we start to grow, and then we ride this hamster wheel. And our last one, health. Your business could be stuck because your health. Your business could be stuck because your employees' health. Your business could be stuck because you've ran them to the ground and you've run yourself to the ground. Those who are most successful are disciplined beyond belief, right? It is hard to build a company. It is so hard. It's the hardest thing, but the most rewarding at the same time. So take care of yourself and take care of your employees, and don't make these 15 mistakes. Focus on fixing them. So I want you to do right now is I want you to think on this video. If you took notes, you're amazing and you're gonna succeed. If you didn't, here's your chance. I want you to write down the top 2 things that resonated with you that you need to go implement right now, and write what you're going to change. Like the actual tactical actions that you're going to take from this video. There's nothing I want more than to see you succeed.